Hello, this is Wayne Carnegie, computer graphics artist. I'm here. I'm going to show you how to prepare your scene ready for to render on the Fox Render Farm using Arno. So we're going to use a cloud uh, rendering platform, and this is not really a paid promotion or anything. I just thought I'd put some information out there since I'm using the service. I want to render out a turntable of this asset here. Um, Turntable. And so I want to break this up, and I'm just going to show how to set up my render layers quickly and what you need to do in terms of cleaning your scene before you submit it to the farm. And there's a couple of things that I run into before that I'm actually showing you what to do before you actually submit it. So I'm going to create a render layer here. So I'm just going to say uh, gas. This is a oil can beauty underscore RL. Gonna copy this there. Gonna press enter. I'm gonna create a collection. Gonna say RL underscore geo. I'm gonna take the geo for the oil can. I'm gonna minimize this a little bit. The geo for the oil can. I'm gonna add it over here. All right. I'm gonna create another collection. Gonna call this oil can lights. Okay. All right. Cool. So now that we have those, also I'm gonna select the eyeball here. I'm gonna tell Control A. Gonna tell this that I don't. Let's see this one here. So cast shadow. Right click. Create override. And that's I'm gonna say don't want cast shadow to render on this layer because I'm gonna render shadow separately. So I'm gonna create another collection. I'm gonna say allcan shadow underscore RL. RL stands for render layer. And then create a collection. And then I'm gonna say allcan shadow geo. Gonna grab the allcan again. And actually I'm gonna go back to here. The oil can, I'm going to need the background in there. Gonna add that. I'm gonna create another collection, and then I'm gonna say oil can shadow lights. Gonna grab all the lights here, and then gonna add it to here. Let me see if I add lights to here. Oh, I didn't. Oh, I didn't add any lights to here, so I'm gonna have to select these, add the lights in here. Okay, no, I think I did something wrong here. Let me undo, delete this. I'm gonna delete that. So in this here, I have to add the lights in there. So here they are. And then I'm gonna have to select one of these lights here, Control A. Okay, attribute, light shape, yeah. Right click. Oh yeah, you have to make sure the eyeball is set. So right click, absolute override, select this, disable, undo, select this one. Make sure you highlight this one here. Same thing. Actually, no, we want a shadow on this, so we're not going to do override. We're going to create a shader override. And then in here, we're going to plug AI shadow matte. Okay. And after that, I think that's it. I'm going to create another one. I think I'm going to need oil can AO underscore RL. I'm going to right click, create collection. I'm going to say oil can AO Geo. Alright. Then I'm going to select the oil can and the background here. And let's go back here and just add this to here. On this, I'm going to create another shader override. Click here, type in ambient occlusion, just like that. Alright, so next we're going to create, I want to do a little bit of a wireframe thing, so I'm going to create that. I'm going to say wireframe underscore RL underscore create a collection wireframe Geo. Select the oil can, this, add it. Gonna right click on this, shade override, click on here and say wireframe, add that, click on here, change from triangle to polygons, and I think this go like that, just like that, yeah. And the wireframe is done. So I think I have beauty, shadow, oil can. So I'm gonna say RL oil can VG for the background and the layer. I'm gonna create a collection. I'm gonna say oil can VG for background Geo. I'm gonna get the background and I'm gonna add it to here. And I'm gonna go click here, create another thing. I'm gonna oil can BG underscore lights. I'm gonna get the lights, add it to here. I'm gonna select one of the light again. I don't need shadow to be on this, so make sure you're on here. Alright. And then create override, take that off. Okay, another thing override we're going to create on this layer. We're going to go here, we're going to go to render settings because the background is not going to be moving, so first I have to go here and I have to go tell this scene, let's see, scene slash render layers slash render layers, and I want it to be a TIFF and name number dot extension and 1 to 100, and so that's that on the main layer. On the background layer, I want to go back to settings, and then I want to go here, create absolute override, Then go to here and absolute override here, and the end frame is gonna be 1. Okay, that's that. Now will be a good time to save your file. Alright. So everything is ready to render. So because when we're rendering out the final scene, we don't want this to render, we're gonna hit the icon here, or else your whole scene is gonna render, and it's gonna render also these two. So just a heads up there. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Cool. So yeah. For the render farm, there's something that I have to get rid of out of my scene before I send it to the render farm, and that is I have to get rid of. Let's see. Okay, give me a second. Okay, cool. So you see I have a optimi denoiser here. You want to get rid of that. And not only you have to do that, there's a script that I have to plug in to get rid of it. It's not totally gone yet. So I'm gonna go here. I save the script in